I'm now up to Best Picture winner number 10. Best Picture Marathon theme song. In 1937, Warner Brothers still had not won a Best Picture Oscar. Then they released The Life of Emile Zola. This is the second year in a row that we've had a biopic win Best Picture, after The Great Ziegfeld won in 1936. The movie tells the story of French author and journalist Emile Zola. The first act of the movie really deals with his career, starting when he's an impoverished friend of the great artist Paul Cézanne, and moving its way through his controversies, his popularity, his battles against censorship, until he's finally massively successful. As we move into the second act, the movie shifts gear and focuses primarily on the Dreyfus Affair, which is about a French captain named Alfred Dreyfus who was wrongfully convicted of treason. The French military knows who the real traitor is, but they use Dreyfus as a scapegoat because he is of foreign lineage. Following Dreyfus's conviction, his distraught wife goes to Zola and asks for his help. Zola risks the comforts of success and publishes an infamous open letter in the newspaper entitled J'accuse, which calls out the French military for covering up the truth. The goal, of course, is to provoke a libel suit so that new evidence can be brought into court. This is not typically regarded as one of the all-time great Best Picture winners, but I liked the film. I appreciated that the story was about standing up for truth and justice, even in the face of a corrupt government organization that is trying to protect itself more than protect the truth and regular people. Paul Muni plays Emile Zola. Muni had previously appeared in the original Howard Hawks version of Scarface. He's great in the title role of this film, particularly in his impressive 6-minute monologue to the jury. To me, the film's biggest weakness is probably that it simply omits one of the most crucial elements of the actual Dreyfus case, anti-Semitism. The real Dreyfus was Jewish, and part of the reason that he was made a scapegoat was because of that. However, this movie came out not only during the era of the production code, which sought to curb questionable material in films in Hollywood, and also came out when Hitler and the Nazis were in power in Germany. The Warner Brothers, like most of the major moguls in Hollywood at the time, were in fact Jewish. But Germany was a major market for film distribution, and no one really wanted to step on those toes because it meant a huge loss in profits for any films. Not to mention drawing attention to the Jewishness of the moguls themselves, which potentially could have hurt ticket sales, and they did not want that. As such, this story of the Dreyfus Affair feels a bit watered down, which seems a bit hypocritical considering that Zola is constantly battling censorship and fighting against government corruption and conspiracies and all that sort of stuff in pursuit of truth and justice. That being said, there are a number of moments where characters give speeches decrying injustice and talking about the importance of standing up to evil authority and so on, which were probably subtextual jabs at Hitler. So while I didn't love The Life of Emile Zola as much as some of the other Best Picture winners I've watched so far, I didn't hate it either. I thought it was a pretty solid film that could have been a lot better. Next up, Frank Capra's back. See you then.